Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Matt O'Grady Podcast, MattO'GradyCoaching.com. Hi, everybody. Today, we're going to talk about releasing resistance. So, for those of you who are not familiar with that term, essentially what I mean is creating space in your life by feeling good so that you can allow in more of what you want to receive in your life. Does that make sense? So often we're kind of going through life aiming to make things happen and to do this and to do that and have all of these different things come in. We think we need to call this one, email that one, fill out this form, achieve this, achieve that, have all of this stuff happen. However, in my life and working with my clients on these things, what we've come to realize together, because it's not just my information that I'm going on hundreds of conversations with people who are also thousands at this point, many thousands of conversations with people who are working on their lives in a similar fashion to I am. And one of the things that we've noticed together is that by finding ways to feel absolutely great, we are therefore releasing resistance. So it doesn't even have to be related to a specific subject. So if you're having relationship issues, for example, or business problems, necessarily need to be thinking about your business problems and release that resistance. I mean, you can, and that would be great if you can find out a way to do that on a regular basis. I think it's great. However, especially if something is really intense, if something is stressful, it's often difficult to approach it that way right from the get-go. Oh, I've got all this stress. Let me just go release it. That's just generally not how it works. However, a little bit of a backdoor technique or a little bit of a kind of, come at it from the side philosophy is to just find practices that we do daily or weekly. Monthly is okay too, but please temper your expectations, right? If you're only releasing resistance every once in a long while, then it's going to have a direct correlation to what you're able to receive into your life. Do you understand the formula, right? You cannot fill a cup that is already filled. You just can't do it. So if you're all filled up with stress and fear and doubt and worry and anxiety, how can you allow in all these things that you want? Because essentially, you're telling the universe, you're telling your life, you're telling everyone that you meet that you're focused on all the problems. You're focused on what's wrong. So this is a solution-based philosophy on how to start experiencing much more of what you want and release the resistance to what you want so that you can experience it in your life. So here we go. I came up with a list of 5. Of course, there's thousands of ways to do this, but I have to do a quick podcast today, so I am going to do 5. Number 1 on my list, and I didn't order these in priority order or anything, but this one kind of really jumps off the page to me because when I bring it up to clients, sometimes they're like, huh? What? I thought I was doing that already. And number 1 is spiritual inspiration. So if we take it to be true that we're actually some sort of divine spark, if you will, having a human experience here, I mean, that's, at least one level of kind of basic foundation and understanding of how most spiritual people think about their lives, that, we're not just these human beings with these names and egos and families or lack of families or whatever it is that we are here on this planet Earth, but that we're actually something much greater, something much deeper, more profound, more eternal, and possibly even infinite, right? Connected somehow to the universe, to God, to the divinity that so many of us on this planet believe exists. So if we take that to be true, and you're not often focused on the spiritual inspiration, how do you expect to tap into the power of that? And I find that when I'm feeling divinely connected, nothing feels impossible. All feels possible. All of a sudden, stress, worry, doubt, fear, anxiety, all of that stuff falls away, and I feel connected. I feel uplifted. My heart is open. My mind is open. I'm more relaxed. I am releasing resistance in those moments. I just feel so good. There's so many ways to have this connection. Some people use prayer. Some people use mantras. And I'm going to segue right into number 2 on the list of ways to release, easy ways to release resistance. One of my absolute favorites. Can you guess it? Yeah, that'll be the next one. But this one is meditation. I'm a big, big fan of meditation. And it's connected to number 1, which is spiritual inspiration, because I get spiritually inspired by meditating. It's not the only way I get spiritually inspired, but it is one of the ways. And meditation, I know, is also good for my mind and my heart, my emotions. I know it's good for my body. I know it's good for my connection to others. I know that it's good for my compassion practice. I know that it's good for literally every ask guest on here, if you haven't heard them, about all the amazing ways that meditation can help your life. If you're not a meditator, it's totally cool. I understand it may seem mystical or weird or different, but trust me and millions of others who are meditating on a daily basis, it's not hard. It just takes practice like anything else. Ready? We're going to meditate. Ready? You could be driving, you could be walking, you could be in a meeting. It doesn't matter. Ready? It's this easy. Ready? Relax your body. Just let your shoulders fall. Feel your body. Get connected to your body. Start to feel what we call grounded. You know what grounded is? Start to feel that. Slightly more connected to your body. Come out of your head and come into your body. Notice what you feel, any sensations. And then just simply notice the in-breath. Notice your breath coming into your body, and then notice it releasing. Just watch that and feel that connection of groundedness in your body and your breath coming in and flowing out. And if you did that, you just meditated. It's that easy. And I understand there's thousands of techniques, and you can try all the Tibetan, Himalayan, Vedic, Japanese, Buddhist, medicine, Native American medicine man meditations and shaman techniques. And I mean, trust me, I've done many hundreds of them, if not thousands of different meditation techniques throughout the years. But at the simplest level, meditation is awareness of the moment-by-moment experience of our lives. And one of the best ways to come into contact with that opportunity is to focus on the body and the breath. It allows us to relax and get grounded and get focused into what we're experiencing. So I could go on and on about meditation because I love it. I just think it's so awesome. And I meditate dozens of times throughout the day, sometimes for just a few seconds each time. But then I have other specific times where I do it, like in the shower and at night before bed and when I first wake up and when I'm going on my walks. But when I'm doing yoga or qigong, those are very meditative practices for me. So I think of it all as meditation. I don't think when you're sitting in the lotus position, floating in the air, it just doesn't need to be like that. I think some of the reasons that people are so resistant to meditating is because of some of the information out there that you need to do it in this specific way. It's got to be this way. And someone who was taught by 27 lineages previously needs to be the one to teach you and tell you how to do it. I mean, listen, if you want to take anything to the deepest levels, right? You need to find the experts. You need to find the people with the most experience. That's true in anything, not just meditation, not just in any sort of spiritual practice, but in any field. If you want to be the best, or you want to go the deepest, or you want to have the most immersive experience, you're going to have to find the people, the teachers, the techniques, the practices that allow you to get there. But we're just talking about simple, easy ways to release resistance here. So meditation is definitely one of them. So I'm going to move to number 3 on my list. Number 3 on my list is, yep, you guessed it, gratitude and appreciation practice. It is the easiest way that I've found to release resistance. All have good things in our lives. We all have good things in our past. We all have expectation of good things coming. And all a gratitude and appreciation practice is focusing on those things. That's it. Focusing on them, thinking about them. You can use a gratitude journal or a book of positive aspects like Abraham talks about. This is the Abraham Hicks technique I heard recently from someone who was completely unfamiliar with Abraham. So I apologize. I've been talking about Abraham on, 50 podcasts over the years, if not more. And didn't realize that our community that we're building here on the podcast, and hey, a quick note to all of you, thank you. We hit another new milestone, over 25,000 downloads in the last 30 days. So it's pretty awesome, almost 1,000 downloads a day. That's super, super cool. So thank you for that. I obviously could not do it without you. Think it's, that's like airy-fairy or something like that. Well, I don't know. That has not been my experience. In fact, it's anything but airy-fairy as far as I'm concerned. It's powerful. It's strong. It's beautiful. And I find it's extremely effective. And in a world where people are looking for results and they want them fast and they want them big, I think a gratitude and appreciation practice is just what the shaman ordered. And so I highly recommend it. In every moment, there is an opportunity to be grateful for something. It's only us choosing to focus elsewhere that keeps us away from appreciating what is available to us in the moment. And of course, living gratitude, a simple path to happiness. And I also received feedback recently on the podcast that I don't promote myself enough. Well, here it is. I am a coach. I have a book. I have a website. I would love to work with you. How's that? Did I promote myself? I hope so. MattO'GradyCoaching.com. So, continuing here with the content. Number 4. This is awesome. This is awesome. And we all know this. We all know it. Laughter. Laughter. And I don't mean the kind of laughter that, ha-ha, just, ho-hum kind of laughter. No, I'm talking about that gut avalanche of a laugh that just makes you absolutely hysterical. That kind of laughter. When's the last time you laughed so hard you had tears streaming down your face, your cheeks hurt, your belly ached, and you're just literally bowled over with laughter? That's the kind of laughter I'm talking about. And I know you might have to work your way up to that. There's got to be some comedian, some TV show, some experience, some video on wherever, right? Some podcast that allows you to feel that kind of laughter. It is so helpful in releasing resistance. It is spectacular. I mean, there's just about no better way to do it, right? Fun. Having fun really laughing, because the physical aspect of laughter, I've always been kind of amazed by it as I kind of a studier of the physical body, and I love understanding how it works and what helps it and what hurts it, and techniques and ways of coming into alignment. If you think about how laughter happens, I mean, essentially it's massaging all the organs. It's giving a kickstart to the whole area there, all the way up through your throat, through your mouth, and then out your mouth. But a lot of the action, the heavy-duty action happens in your belly and in your chest area. And what's there? All those beautiful organs doing all the beautiful, amazing things for your life. It's giving them a nice squeeze back and forth, in and out, right? And it's really accessing that area, and it feels so good. And then when we're done laughing, right, even if it's not kind of bowled over laughter, but just a good chuckle with a good friend, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, but real laughter where you emotionally connected with your laughter. Don't you just feel great? Don't you just feel so much better? And even sometimes in those kind of painful situations, sometimes there's like that nervous laughter that leads into hysterical laughter, or kind of, uncomfortable laughter that leads to something good. Laughter's good. There's nothing wrong with laughing. Why don't we laugh more? I want to start laughing that hard, tears streaming down my face every day. I probably do it at least every couple of weeks, sometimes a few times a week, depending on who I'm with and what I'm doing. But I'd say, why not every day, even just for a couple minutes, to laugh like that? That's going to be one of my new intentions. Have tears streaming down my face, and have my belly just rocking with laughter. I mean, why not? It just releases a ton of resistance, a ton of stuck, stagnant energy in our system that now when it releases, we can receive. Because if we don't clear out, if we don't create space in our minds, in our hearts, in our beings for what we want, we can't receive it. We're too busy telling the universe that we want something else. We want our stress, because I'm worry. And so what do we get? More to worry about. Yeah, come on. Let's be spiritually connected. Let's meditate, grateful and appreciative. Let's laugh, and then we'll take all of that and get into nature. I've always found it amazing where people go to vacation. Now, of course, a lot of people go to vacation to cities and see, kind of unique things there, which is wonderful. There's a different, very popular type of vacation, which is going into nature. And a lot of people don't think about the beach as nature, or going to the ocean, but it is. I mean, look out at the ocean. That it's as natural as you can get on this planet, right? It is so helpful, so cleansing. The woods, the mountains, the lakes, the rivers, the deserts, getting out into nature, getting that clean air into your lungs, getting that clean, beautiful vibration moving through you is so helpful. So I try to get in nature every day. Sometimes on my walk, even if I'm just going around the block, which is a residential area, to the library where there's this big, huge field. I mean, it's, probably like 5 football fields long. So at the very least, I go around the block and I walk through that field, and I'm in nature. There's nobody there within like a half a mile of me or so, and I'm just able to look at the trees and the sky and walk on the grass and get all that green influence into my mind. It just feels so good. And so there's always ways to release resistance and allow in more good into our lives so we can receive the experiences we want to receive. Listen, my friends, I've got to run, but please take this seriously. Please invest some time focusing on how you could release more resistance, and let me know what you think. mattogredycoaching.com. I would always love to hear from you here or on social media. You can find all the social media stuff at the website. Love you guys. Thank you.